Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 6th episode of the 2nd season of ReZero. And last episode, we had a lot of talking about characters' various thoughts and motivations and stuff like that. For example, we had the reveal of like a conservative faction that doesn't want the sanctuary to be free. And we had Roswaal just completely explaining his thoughts on all the things that Subaru's been thinking a lot about in regards to what Roswaal's been doing and not been doing. And yeah, he explained himself, and it did not do any favors for me for endearing that character to me, like not at all. So there's that. There was also the Emilia struggling to do the trials because apparently she is not quite as good at confronting her past as Subaru is. I didn't think Subaru really had the bar that high, but apparently it's definitely higher than Emilia's. So that's a bit of a struggle. There actually was discussion of maybe Subaru just doing the trials, but that's obviously not ideal. We did manage to get like the villagers out of the area, you know, convinced to let them leave, which is nice. But when we went back to the mansion, somebody was there to greet us, none other than Elsa, the Bowel Hunter. And yes, I made sure to refresh myself on her name because it's relevant again, you know. She finally kept her promise to return. It just took a very long time to do so, but the girl does eventually keep her promises. So we got a nice little scene of Subaru just kind of tripping on his intestines and bleeding all over the floor. And I imagine, well, pretty much guaranteed he's dying and going to be not reincarnated, returned by death, and I'm not quite sure where his new save point is. I would assume it's after they went to the sanctuary. It just feels right, but we'll see. We'll see pretty much at the beginning of the episode, I imagine, where that will be. So let's just jump into the episode and see what we're in for. So 3, 2, 1, play. Yep, this is Return by Death. Okay, yeah, he's definitely in the sanctuary. So is it right after he did his trial? Which would make sense. We don't have to go through all that again. The more I think about it, yeah, that's kind of the perfect time to have the save points. If I really thought about it, I probably could have guessed that. So, how are we gonna do things differently, Subaru? That's the important thing. He's a smart man, has lived more than you might think. That he did. It was quite impressive. The confidence in Ram, from Ram. Well, that's not true. There's plenty wrong. Just go watch the episode. It was a great one. Yeah, 3 total. We don't know anything about the other 2, I don't think. Okay. Letting you do it? Okay, we really are going there. I mean, it's not the worst suggestion, even if it's not ideal. That's kind of what he does. Well, that's just your opinion. You want to take this outside, buddy? Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, that is kind of a difference, isn't it? Why'd they change? That's not really what he's trying to say, but... It's hard not to take it that way. Such an awful situation we're in. Well, yeah, we definitely got his perspective on things. Sure. I know, right? I don't remember asking your permission. But, yeah, I don't know how we could help Emilia. And yeah, there's still that whole thing. So we got 2 issues to worry about right now, at least. For sure. Our mummy man over here. Die in a fire. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be the biggest fan of Subaru. It took like 2 days last time, I think you said. Whatever he has to. So much for having faith in Subaru. You're always blunt, Ram. That's kind of your character. That'd be fine. I'm sure a lot pisses you off. I mean, it might. I don't think that's all it was. I saw a very thinking-looking face on you. Yeah, that's always good enough. I want a present. Give me a present. I guess not. Uh, we want the present. Thank you. Was that so hard? That went pretty well, so let's go. I'm sure it will. It's kind of weird to see them together as a pair alone. Not too common of a thing. Because she has no sister in this timeline. I see. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That did happen. That was a long time ago, like first arc or second arc, season 1. Yeah, just because you don't remember her doesn't mean she's not important to you deep down. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Yeah, hopefully we get there in time. That should make a big difference. I doubt she's just waiting there for 2 days for Subaru to show up. And I wouldn't put it past her, I just doubt it. Badusu, she's talking to you. Oh, we're here. Hello, Petora. We missed you. Yeah, things happened. A lot is wrong, as always. Okay, I guess she's a sight for sore eyes. Because you probably weren't alive the last time he came here, so... Hug number 2. Yes, right in the heart. That's what the show does to him. And his rest of his body, too. Still not quite used to Petra wearing that. Cute sarcasm, that's great. Be nice to Petra. Nice. I really have missed you, Petra. I don't believe you. She is always weird. Good question. About to say, don't you dare say the line. She is an excellent maid. Better than Ram, I would say. So, Beatrice, oh no, yeah, Ram. Well, the sisters spending time together, that's a good thing, right? Even if she doesn't remember her. Yeah, that is Frederica. Hello, shark teeth lady. Yeah, we're still working on that. It's not going super well. Well, that was a reaction. Not quite sure what to make of it. Yeah, we kind of shook him down to get that thing. I mean, yeah, definitely. I definitely get that. I got the same vibe. You know, the thing that happened. But I guess she doesn't know about that? I can't tell if she's playing dumb or not, or if we're just really off base. Yes. I just always love her low-key savageness. Very important skill. I'm glad we have Ram here for negotiation assistance. Uh, but okay then. guess that settles that for now. Wow. Oh no. That voice. Oh no. Uh, she arrived earlier than I expected. Uh, uh, well, I'm glad you got out of the way. We do outnumber her. For whatever that's worth. I bet it did. Good. Too bad, huh? uh, uh, oh yeah, he can do that. He's like one magic technique, quote unquote, on that technique part. Oh. Yeah, if we do this again, we definitely have to leave the mansion faster next time. Oh, ouch. That's like right to the chest. She's like an Arc 1 villain. Well, Beatrice, I'm sure, is fine. Maybe Beatrice will save Rem. Can't just leave them behind. At least not Rem. And Beatrice, I'm sure will be fine. Well, I disagree on its appropriateness. Anyone but Rem. We could sacrifice literally anyone else. You're blank. Don't put words in her mouth. Well, Subaru, let's do that reset, because this is not acceptable. I think you've been outvoted, Ram. Can't just decide that because you're in the minority. Ouch. I mean, I think it said something similar. Is that bandage? Wow, she just like took it all off. Like literally everything, okay. I initially just thought she was tearing off a piece of it to use as a band-aid, but no. I think she's gonna transform. Wow. That's pretty cool. I kind of want to write it. The teeth don't change. Okay. See what she can do like that. Yeah. Do your best, Frederica. I still can't quite say the name right. It's just kind of hard to rescue an unconscious person. That's the difficult part. And I guess we're just leaving that thing in his body. What is that? I guess that's what that is, but I don't think we've ever seen anyone quite like that. Oh! And he just didn't care about that door at all. I guess that's true. That chair offered great protection. So what are those, like rat/bats? Because I think I saw like a rat tail. Yeah, the blood loss has got to get to you eventually. You can only ignore that for so long. Oh, finally you pulled it out. Okay, now we have a bandage. Yeah, it's... Yeah, we did see that. What he does. Everyone else's name, some of Beatrice is just Beatrice-chan. I guess because she's about the same size as her. It's a high bar, Subaru, but I have faith in you. I haven't seen Elsa in a while, which makes me nervous. Don't make me jump like that. Almost gave me a heart attack. Stop being cute, Frederica. For Petra, this is important. Is he gonna die? Because this looks pretty bad. Can hardly tell what's even happening. Oof. Yeah, I think he's gonna die. Or be in a hospital for a while, one of the two. Yeah, at least rub the blood out of your eye. That can't be healthy. I'm guessing she's not. Maybe we should keep that blood in there, actually. Yeah, we're resetting this. Without question. A little bit too much text on screen there. And there's Elsa. Dead, I'm guessing. Like everyone else. That's a good question. If we get an answer to that, that would help a lot in a third chance. That was kind of the idea. Beatrice. Well, it kind of was last time, and we didn't like that. Although this wasn't much better. Melee. Who's Melee? That name doesn't sound familiar. Well said, Subaru. Oh, now we went kind of the opposite of before. When I thought we were going to Beatrice's, we went to Rams. In this case, I thought we were going to Rams and we went to Beatrice's. Just throwing me for a loop. But, okay. But we still gotta reset this, though. I mean, for sure. But anyway. Yeah, that was the 6th episode of the 2nd season of ReZero. As I thought, Subaru did die very early on in the episode. Because, you know, he was not prepared at all for any of that, so we need to have at least a second chance to properly prepare. And a third chance, it seems like, considering how terribly the second time went. But, yeah, a couple things on Subaru's mind, for sure. One of which is Emilia. He kind of wants to just do the trial instead because of the kind of pain and suffering it's causing Emilia, which is very, very understandable. But Emilia kind of takes it the wrong way as him not trusting her, and it's just a very terrible situation overall. And the second bit is him wanting to get to the mansion sooner than last time because obviously he was there too late last time, so it's pretty clear that he would want to get there sooner this time. And he managed to do it, for sure, which definitely messed up Elsa's plan. But she still showed up not too long after we got there, so... And she talked a lot about how Subaru showing up when he did kind of messed up the plan. Like, she seemed to have been informed about stuff enough that she would be able to time it to her benefit, right? So she does seem to know a lot. She's very secretive about her clients, you know, which I'm sure will come up later. But despite the fact that Subaru showed up really early, she was still, like, there, right? So that's one thing that I'm kind of confused about, right? Because I think we showed up 2 days early, right? I think that's the general idea, the general time frame, I think. But she was there when we, like, she was already there when we went there in the first attempt. But she also was there not too long after we got there in the second one, where we show up there much earlier, rather. So my question is, why? Did she really just wait around the mansion for a while after the first attempt for Subaru? Which I don't see why she would. Or did she kind of get told by somebody after Subaru arrived, like, hey, Subaru's here early, you might want to get over here as soon as you can. Okay, thanks, bye. And then she showed up, which would imply some kind of traitor letting her know that, right? So I'm a little bit confused on exactly how all that works, you know? So that's one of the biggest things that are on my mind, for sure. It was nice getting to come back to the mansion in a more kind of happy context, you know? When we get there, everyone's not dead. We see Petra, who's really excited to see Subaru. We had lots of nice hugs because he's just happy to see her alive and well, which of course makes sense. I just love the mention of Frederica saying Petra was a better maid than Ram. That was great because, you know, Ram obviously was never the best maid, you know? Ram was always kind of better. So, just, I don't know, I got a kick out of that, because I thought something similar, you know, Petra's is a great maid, all things considered. But, so that was great. And Frederica definitely seems to be keeping her lips sealed. There's a lot of talk of an oath, really, whatever that's supposed to mean. So, getting information out of her may be a bit tricky because of that. And I was really hopeful that we would get out of there before Elsa showed up, but no, we heard the voice, we looked over, she takes the weakest person as a hostage, as scummy villains have a tendency to do. But we actually got out of the mansion mostly intact initially, but of course we couldn't just leave Rem and Beatrice behind. At the very least, we couldn't leave Rem behind. Beatrice will take her go. She'll be fine on her own. She's a tough cookie. She's got magical doors and stuff. She'll be fine. But Rem is unconscious, very vulnerable. We had to take her with us. That's non-negotiable. Ram may disagree with that, but she was outvoted, and then after being outvoted, then decided that this is not majority rule. It doesn't work that way, Ram. It just doesn't. You are not the dictator here. Subaru is the one that I will follow in this debate. We actually get to see Frederica transform into her beast form, which is really cool. You know, she's like tears off her clothes. My first thought was, yeah, she's making a makeshift band-aid. Then I realized, wait, no, she took everything off. And after she did, I mean, it was pretty clear at that point what she was about to do. She's like a, you know, this beast mixed blood kind of creature, so of course she was going to transform. You know, I mean, what other reason would there be to strip there other than to distract the enemy, which may or may not work. But anyway, it's a moot point because she clearly turned into her beast form, which looks pretty cool. I quite liked it, for sure. And yeah, by the end of the episode, things not looking too great. I mean, Petra is definitely dead. Frederica, I think, was heavily implied to be dead as well. A lot of visuals are kind of vague. We were just seeing it through Subaru's warped perspective, but I think it's heavily implied that both Petra and Frederica are dead. Ram, I don't know, probably dead too. So we definitely have to reset, there's no doubt about that. But maybe we could have a nice chat with Beatrice first, because I think Beatrice knows about the return by death stuff. I think that was implied in at least one scene in Season 1. You may or may not know the scene I'm talking about. I don't know how to describe it, but there was some scene like that pretty early on. That gave me that impression that she might know more about what's going on than anyone else does. But anyway, so she might be able to get some helpful advice. We did have that chat in the previous episode. Ram saying something that could be said to Beatrice about asking a question, Roswald. I don't remember the exact quote, but there's something like that to say to Beatrice as kind of a trump card, so we may do that here now that we've met up with her. Either way, we should get some value out of talking to Beatrice, right? Because she's very helpful. She knows a lot. She's quite powerful. She's helped us in the past. And I just like her in general. She's always had a fun dynamic with Subaru, so I'll gladly take any kind of interactions I can get with her. Even if it's her killing Subaru, I'll still take that. Especially now, because we're going to reset anyway, so be fine. And I think that's all I really got to say on the episode. I mean, Frederica, we kind of confronted her about things like the conservative faction, stuff like that, but she didn't seem to really know much about it, and I don't think she was playing dumb, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what's fueling her motivation right now, but hopefully we can learn more about that later. I do think that's all I got to say on the episode. It was a nice home visit while it lasted, and of course it went downhill, because it always does, because nobody's allowed to be happy in the show for too long. That's one of the constants in it. So, a good episode though, you know, aside from the suffering, but which is not really good, it's just, you know, part of the show that you take it when you have to take it, and it's only okay because you know it'll be made better later on because he has a power to reset. If it wasn't for his power to reset, this would be a very different show. Probably would have been over after a couple episodes, maybe after one episode. I think he dies pretty early on in the series for the first time, probably in episode 1. I'm almost positive in episode 1 because it was like a double length. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling at this point, so I think I'm just gonna end this off here and just hope that things go better in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.